feel about playing in the Jordan Classic? And another thing, what you guys went through at your school, high school this year, can you elaborate on some issues that happened throughout the year in your team and closing, as an MVP?
Well, this is definitely a way to cap off my high school career, especially at the Jordan Brand Classic. It's kind of heartbreaking that it's the end already. I'm ready to go on to the next level. But in terms of St. Patrick's and their issues, or our issues, we had some illegal practices in the beginning of the season, and we faced the consequences of not playing in our state tournament. That was heartbreaking because I wanted to defend our title for the TLC crown in New Jersey. But we still ended the year #1 in the state. We still achieved most of our goals personally and as a team. But in terms of that particular issue, it was definitely a downer for me.
Kyrie, talk about being in High School Musical.
Well, if most of you guys don't know, I performed in my school play, and for my senior year, it was just an add-on for me. It's not like playing on the court, I can tell you that. For me, I'm not a singer, but I had a solo, and I think I rocked it out. And High School Musical, that was just really fun. It's something to look back on. About 10 years from now, I'll be like, I performed in High School Musical with my kids. So it was great.
Both you guys just talked about you guys are such good friends. Both winning awards, it kind of appropriate you guys both won MVP in State State. And also, what's the friendship going to be like when you're at Duke in North Carolina next year?
Well, at McDonald's, me and Kyrie talked because I won MVP there, and we were both kind of sad that he was the one standing next to me, and then at Coop Summit there wasn't one, so going into the game, kind of wanted to both get MVP and be able to stand on the court together, kind of as our last hurrah without going to go to opposite sides of the track or road. So this is a great way to kind of cap our high school career, just as our friendship and be able to sit in the room and MVPs.
I'm just going to add on to that. I was probably going to say almost the same thing. So, before we came here, he put on his iPod and he put the song on Bittersweet. And now this is like a bittersweet ending. I'm happy to win MVP, but also I'm sad that I'm going to be leaving him. It's like I call him my big brother. And him going to North Carolina, I'm going to be at Duke. Our friendship's going to continue. We talked about it already, but in terms of on the court, it's all business. So next year, our friendship will grow even more. But in terms of handling our business at our respective universities, that's a different story.
Harrison, I know you're a goal-oriented person. I heard that you're a freshman, you wrote down some specific goals you wanted to accomplish by the end of your high school career. Can you talk about what those goals were and if you achieved them?
Yeah, actually, I do it every year. And going into this year, I achieved winning the state championship, going undefeated 53-0. I wanted to win all 3 All-Star games and achieve MVPs of all the games. And that's something I did. And so it's been great for me just to kind of be able to cap it off, these last 3 All-Star runs, on wins, and be able to spend as much time with these guys as I can because next year we're going to go to our different colleges and we won't see each other when we do. It won't be on friendly terms. So it's been great for me.
Coach, a lot of coaches don't get to have 2 of their own players in an all-star game of this magnitude. Talk about what that's like for you.
Personally, it's very special. Developed a very close relationship with Corey and Tristan, like we do with all of our players. But in their senior year, to have as good of a year as we had, and then to be able to get them one more time in a setting like this, it's an honor, number one, and two, personally, it's emotional a little bit for me because it's the last time I'll have those 2 guys. But it was special. Cherish it.
It's another story. At the beginning of the year, after our season ended, I decided to pick up baseball for like 2 weeks, and basically the Duke coaches called me, well, Coach K, and I'm not gonna tell you what he said, but basically he was like, just get in the gym. Like that's just short for it. What he said, that was just something I wanted to try, so I could.
Harrison, is Duke gonna repeat as a national champion next year, or North Carolina gonna go back from the year before?
I shouldn't let my play dictate that. I'm not gonna make any projections. I think next year, Duke will be a very good team. I think so will North Carolina, so I think overall we do extremely good.
Kyrie, I know you're probably tired of talking about this, but talk about the J. Will comparisons. I mean, you look at Jason Williams as kind of someone that you want to end up being like, or, I mean, do you see a lot of similarities?
You know, I definitely idolize Jason Williams, especially, you know, what he did at Duke. But, you know, for me personally, I just want to surpass what he did. You know, everybody wants to be better than, you know, that's who he is, the person who's going to the same university. So, you know, I'm just going to go with the mindset. You know, he talked to me about it, and he said just go in the mindset of just being confident and not playing. You can't, well, when you go to Duke University, you can't play like you're a freshman guard. You know, Coach K expects a lot of you. His expectations are really high. You know, I'm just ready to fulfill my role.